Right, so it is Ramadan right now as I'm recording this, and should be still Ramadan by the time this uploads, inshallah. We'll see. For those observing Ramadan, Ramadan Kareem, Ramadan Mubarak. But let's talk about why you don't lose weight, or why you might not be losing weight during Ramadan. Because here's the thing. Let's say this first of all, to be clear from the beginning. The purpose of Ramadan isn't to lose weight. So just so we're clear from the beginning, we all know that, right? Cool. However, there's quite a few of you, I believe, that, Ramadan time's coming around. You kind of look at it as a two birds, one stone situation. You can do your religious duties and maybe lose a little weight at the same time as well. And there's certainly nothing wrong with that, nothing bad in that at all, right? However, you might find that you get to the end of the Ramadan period and you haven't lost weight. Or in some cases, you might have even gained weight. And maybe you're wondering, why is that? Why am I gaining weight if I'm fasting? It doesn't make sense. It actually does make sense. And I'm going to try and explain one of the possible reasons why that is. I mean, in all honesty, there could be a million and one reasons down to specifics of your individual lifestyles and things like that. Genetics are going to play a part. Your childhood trauma, if any, is going to play a part. Your lifestyle is going to play a part. The type of job you have, all of that is going to play a part. So this is really more of a general overview of one of the reasons why it could be happening. So when it comes to weight loss or weight gain, there's a lot of different factors involved. But on a very fundamental, say, scientific level, it pretty much comes down to calories in versus calories out, right? If you consume more calories than you burn, you're going to gain weight. If you consume less calories than you burn, you're going to lose weight. And that's kind of how it works on the fundamental basic level, right? Now, with fasting during Ramadan, it works kind of like what people call intermittent fasting, in a sense that you eat at certain times of the day and you don't eat for the rest of the day. With intermittent fasting, though, it's typically like 2 to 3 hour window where you would have a 2 to 3 hour window of where you would eat, and the rest of the day you don't eat anything, or maybe you might just drink water or stuff like that. So it kind of works in this similar way where there's a certain time you eat and a certain times you don't eat, right? The difference being, or maybe the key difference, is that intermittent fasting is done with the very specific goal of losing weight. And because it's done with a very specific goal of losing weight, people are generally quite strategic in what they eat during that 2 to 3 hour window, because it's not a lot of time. You got to be very strategic about what you eat, when you eat, how much you eat, and so on. Now with Ramadan, because losing weight isn't the main focus, if you're just kind of going into it without a plan, you might find that you're still consuming more calories than you actually burn during a day, because you're going to eat when it's time to eat. You might get up in the middle of the night to eat some more then. And if you're not really monitoring what you eat or checking the calories or checking the proteins and things like that, which, let's be honest, most of us don't, then what you might not realize is that it's actually very easy to overconsume. Even if you're technically eating less food, you still might be overconsuming the amount of calories that you need in a day. And when you also consider that you might not be doing as much exercises as you normally do, you're probably not burning as many calories during the day as you normally do as well. So what could be happening is that when it's time to eat, you could still be eating a lot of calories, and during the day you're not exercising much, you're not burning as much calories, so you're consuming more calories than you're actually burning, and then by the end of it, you're gaining weight. Now with that said, of course, it is possible to lose weight while fasting for Ramadan, but you do need to have a plan. You need to make sure you're still consuming more than your basal metabolic rate, but less than your total calories being burnt during the day. Now, these are things that can be done, but it is also going to depend on things like what type of job you have, when you have to go to bed, what time you need to get up, what you have to do during the day, genetics, lifestyle, all that's going to play into it as well. So if by the end of it you haven't lost any weight, or indeed you've gained weight, not a problem. But you can just go back to your regular routine of what you eat, when you exercise, and it all just falls back into place. So it's possible to lose weight during Ramadan, but it's not the main purpose of it. So if you can't do it safely, don't even worry.